I would like to know, can you give me a brief background on the Gulfstream's association with the Indian market?
Yes. We have been in the Indian market for a number of years, starting off with the G3s, the G4s, G4SPs, and of course with our product line we continue to advance throughout even the 650.
And what kind of market share you have been able to achieve so far in India?
Well, we're very proud of what we've done because we've got each of our models here in India and we continue to sell in this market. We're very optimistic about this market. We don't get into market shares, but we are increasing every year.
Can you share your clientele list briefly?
Well, that's something that we're very proud of, is that we keep it as confidential as possible for obvious reasons, so we do not share, but obviously there's a number of high-profile Indian clients that we have.
And normally the business jets are supposed to be used as private jets, corporate house requirements, and the charter. The Gulfstreams flying in India are touching which particular segment more and which particular segment less as of now?
Actually, it's pretty much evenly split. It's private individuals, corporations, the charter market, and it's something throughout the world. If you take a look at our Gulfstream fleet, it's throughout the world that way. Is that in addition to that, we have a number of aircraft operating in governments throughout the world.
And how do you see the evolution of India as a market of corporate jets? Looking back at 5 to 10 years, and then futuristic 5 to 10 years, how do you feel about the market?
Well, obviously we're very bullish on the market. We continue to expand. We take a look at markets as far as how much the growth is going to be, and then we start investing in the future, not only in aircraft sales, but product support, which we believe very strongly in. If you take a look at India, India has a rich tradition in general aviation for many, many years, and we are going to be here for the future.
Normally Gulfstream is renowned to be manufacturer of only top-end aircraft, no mid-size or not low level. In competition, some of the other OEMs do have the solutions for the lower budgets, upper budgets, and then how do you counter that perception?
Well, we like to take a look at the market, and the markets that we want to be in and that we can excel in. And in the lower end of the market, we don't think that we've got the expertise, but in the mid-sized and up, we expect to dominate this market.
In mid-size, which all the machines?
Mid-size would be the G150, the
right.
G200, and then the G250, which we're certifying now, going through the development programs, flight test programs. And then of course, the large cabin aircraft begin at the G450, go up through the G650.
How long it takes to get the first certification of the program, like you referred to G250, for instance? How long it takes to receive this certification, FAA certification?
If you take a look at both the G250 program and the G650 program, from the time we start working on the program until it's certified is about 5 years.
5 years.
But the actual flight test program on the G650 is 1,800 hours, approximately 1,800 hours of actual flying time. The G250 will be a little bit less. It'll be around 1,300 hours of flight test program. But it's a very, as you would expect, it's a very detailed program that we go through, from aerodynamics testing, avionics testing, environmental systems testing. It's a very complex program.
G200 you brought for the show, and G550.
That's right.
Does it mean that G550 is also in flying in Indian skies?
Yes, we have G550s flying in India,
Uh-huh.
and that is the top of our line now. And of course, I'd mentioned about the G650, which will be our flagship when it is certified.
Uh-huh.
But yes, we do have G550s
Already flying in India?
Yes.
Yes.
Again, can you share the name of the client, operator?
Unfortunately, we cannot. And
Uh-huh. Oh,
And it's
is it
something-
is it a government organization or a private organization? G550 operator,
it would be a private.
private. Okay. And what edge do you offer with your programs versus the competition?
Well, we like to talk about our program simply because we know it best, and that's our expertise, is our program. And not only do we have a safe airplane, but we think we have the leading edge technology built into our aircraft and product support, which we view as key in selling airplanes. Because if you're not happy with the airplane once it's delivered, we probably will not retain you as a customer. So we spend a lot of time, money, and effort in product support. We've got over 3,300 people alone in product support. We've got $1.2 billion in spare parts inventory throughout the world. We have field service reps that are located in various regions throughout the world. We have our own service centers throughout the world. We establish third-party service centers where we do not have our own. So we spend an awful lot of money in product support because we feel that that really sells the airplane. And if you take a look at the surveys, the independent surveys, Aviation International News and ProPilot, that's held on an annual basis,
Right.
and it's our customers telling the aviation press how we rank, and Gulfstream is ranked #1 in both publications year after year.
Can you elaborate a little bit on the leading technology you refer to? What exactly do you mean by that?
As far as aircraft systems, for example, one example is the enhanced vision system, which is for low landing visibility conditions that will basically let the pilot see through low visibility conditions, which provides a safe environment for operational. Synthetic vision is another thing that we introduced a couple of years ago, and we're retrofitting the fleet. It's something that enhances the safety.
How do you tackle the finances aspect? How do you support? Because normally no customer would pay the entire money up front. He would be kind of paying money in installments. Am I right? How do they pay? Normally some bunch of the total amount followed by a few installments. What kind of offers do you provide the customers with so that he's comfortable and he can proceed with the requirement?
Yeah. What we do, you're exactly right, is that we take it in what we refer to as our progress payments, and we require so much when the sales agreement is signed, and then depending on where we are in the production line, we require more money. But we do not offer any financing from General Dynamics or Gulfstream, but we put people in touch with third-party financial institutions.
I see. You enable that.
Yes, we make the introduction, and then it's up to the buyer and the financial institution to make their arrangements. We don't get involved in that end of it.
All right. And how do you view the infrastructure progress in India in the last 5 years, and how do you feel what it should be in coming years?
Well, obviously, with any part of the world, we like to see more structure, more FBOs, and even in North America, we like to see that improved. And obviously in India, they're making